A Clasico for the ages, an unheard of win streak, and two very surprising teams in the Premier League top four. What's going on, everyone? Dave here for our latest episode of A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. We'll chat Arsenal's Premier League lead, La Liga action, and MLS playoff games too, so stick around. All right, Aaron and Diego, happy Monday. What's going on? How was your trip?
It was excellent, man. Everybody was away this weekend, the whole crews, but no, it was good.
Yeah, I got to be honest, I was on the fence about even coming in here tonight to record with you guys. I'm a little tired and sore, but
how'd you do?
I'm here. I finished in 4 hours and 18 minutes in the Marine Corps Marathon. For those of you that haven't been listening the last couple of weeks. I think I was like 10,000th and change out of 40,000 people.
Top 30.
Beautiful weather. Listen, I as competitive as I am, you have most marathoners have like their A, B, and C goals. I wanted to break 4 hours, but there's so many variables that go into 26 miles that, that was my A goal. But I'm not winning the damn thing. So as long as I finish, it's and
you finish
and I'm
you
not
still can walk,
significantly injured. Yeah, it's funny. All the rest stops. I drove back today, and like even in Jersey, I see people, people my age and even younger in rest stops limping around, and I'm like, you're on your way home from the marathon, aren't you?
You were there with me,
and yeah,
fellow runner.
It's like it's almost like a rite of passage. It's like the day after you see everyone limping. But how was your convention?
It was good.
It was excellent. Yeah, no, very much good camaraderie, good weather. The Ravens won, and I got to see everybody celebrate coming out of the stadium. We were right there by the stadium.
Nice,
so
yeah.
I love a good thing.
We're talking about a win, an unheard of win streak.
Yeah,
I beat Diego 9 times straight.
That's not unheard of.
2 a.m. in the morning.
That's just like the predictions.
That's par for the course.
We got to hang out with some Magic royalty.
That's awesome.
We got to see the two-time world champion runner-up Reed Duke. Tim Davis. We got to meet.
It was nice. Yeah,
that is all Greek to me.
Greek
I like cards. I've never been able to get into Magic or most of the TCGs. As much as you guys keep trying, maybe one day we'll find one that
we will get you.
Do your kids like the K-pop Demon Hunters?
They do.
Magic announced a set.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're getting the kids now.
Layer, yeah.
Oh boy.
Hasbro just announced a deal with Netflix for toys, which means there's
it's not just Hasbro though. They're working with two different companies to do two different sets of toys. But well, glad to have you guys back home and safe here in lovely New York.
And we hope all of you had a good weekend.
30 minutes away from you.
I know. Felt like an eternity.
We were debating to go cheer you on, though.
Yeah, we were gonna wait at the end of the line for you.
Yeah.
the Ravens came first for me.
You don't like me that much.
No, we love you, bro.
I had a post-race beer. The brewery, the race rather, was sponsored by Stone Brewery, so I had a nice Stone beer afterward.
There you go. What was the verdict?
Not as good as Newberg.
Good,
but I do like Stone. They make some good stuff. All right, so
let's get going.
And full disclosure to our audience today.
We didn't watch the matches
because of our engagements. We did miss a lot of these matches. We tried to catch up as best we could on the highlights, but tons of important matches, tons of other news stories, soccer and soccer adjacent as well.
Yeah.
So
and huge surprises.
Yeah,
huge.
And we're gonna try to do our best to catch you all up, or give a little bit of insight to from our perspective on the comings and goings. But we'll start with one of the Saturday morning matches. I was listening to this on the radio on my way down to DC. Manchester United 4. Brighton and Hove Albion 2, and this is the unprecedented, unheard of win streak. Ruben Amorim and Manchester United have won 3 straight Premier League matches.
And a Carabao.
Did they? No.
They're 4 in a row.
No, they got knocked out of Carabao.
Or whatever it is, they won 4 in a row.
3.
4. Stop arguing with me.
Chat.
I watched the game.
Comment
on that one. Who's
right? Because it's 3. But yeah, so not only are they winning. Some of obviously, some of the games are should wins. Playing against Brighton is not a walkover.
Yeah.
Brighton did not show well, at least for most of the match.
It was
late
tough.
in the game.
Tough.
This one I did watch back in depth. Obviously, we have our supporters club upstairs, for Brighton. So I wanted to make sure I got a second set of eyes on it and good looks. But it was not a good match from Brighton. They came on late with some subs. They started to, and they made the game interesting. And then Mbeumo closed things out with that fourth goal in the 97th minute.
Yeah.
But now Manchester United are in 6th place, and I try whenever possible. If I'm wrong or have a different opinion, I will give Aaron all the credit in the world for a lot of these takes today. But now United sit 2 points back from 2nd place. And in great spirits.
One of the most important things, they broke a three-game losing streak against Brighton.
Yeah, they've it's been
so this is like a change of pace.
I think the commentators were saying that Brighton had won 6 of the last 7, maybe against United.
Between them, yep.
It was, but you got a goal from Cunha, you got 2 goals from Mbeumo, you got Casemiro doing Casemiro things, but like the new guys coming in, really the only thing that was missing was maybe a Šeško goal. But overall,
and their defense was playing. Yes, there were 2 goals. There were 2 goals at the end, and in the in a random situation, but the defense were playing well.
Danny Welbeck free kick was great.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that.
I was texting with Mike on the way down to DC. There's rumors abound that Tuchel might bring in Danny Welbeck for the next England international break.
That's how much he's showing up. He's showing up in the best.
It's well deserved.
Yeah.
Go off on a little bit of a tangent. I don't think he has really any shot of playing in the World Cup, but if FIFA decides to expand the rosters based on the now a 48 team World Cup, like they're rumored to be doing, I honestly, 2 United guys I think should get in regardless of potential playing time. It's or former United guys, as Welbeck obviously was a former player. Welbeck and Harry Maguire.
He's showing up.
And you know what? Whether or not he played, these are, when you expand to 30 players, you need and want some of these, what I like to call glue guys.
Yep.
And, guys that have been around. They're not going to, upset the apple cart. They're going to do their best to, it's basically like secondary captains or assistant coaches almost.
Exactly. And they're going to keep the young talent.
Guys that have been there before, been there, done that, can, have that experience. And I think Welbeck and Maguire, and don't get me wrong, like in a situation where you need it, they can come on for 10, 15 minutes in a World Cup style match. That's not so far above them that it's unheard of.
Absolutely.
So I happy. Obviously, we're trying to make lemonade here for Brighton fans. But
it's hard.
Great goal for Welbeck.
Really
they really miss Matoma.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I love you too.
But yeah, so Welbeck, good for him. Doesn't matter how old he is, he does seem to keep scoring. Speaking of old guys scoring, Jimmy Vardy scored in Serie A as well.
It's crazy. 30 something?
37, I think. Yeah, 37.
Jeez.
Still going. Love it. And you know what? By all, obviously Serie A is a little bit slower and less physically demanding of a league. Yeah. I think he's probably got another year or two, over in Pisa. But anyway, so Man United level on points with their noisy neighbors, Manchester City, joint tied for 5th, I guess, at that point. And we've been listening, we've been listening to fans say, in terms of expectations, both locally here and when I'm on the Premier League Fan Zone show, that Europe is an expectation. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, this team is awful.
Yeah.
And here they are right in the mix for Europa League, maybe even Champions League. And again, still fairly early days, but this is now the point, to Aaron's credit, where we're starting to, we
are now a quarter of the way through this. Yeah. We are 10 games in. Again, this was chapter 2. Obviously, we still have 2 more games to go in chapter 2, but all of the teams that you're being surprised. Like, again, Liverpool sitting on top. Now they're dropping.
Yeah.
Manchester United sitting on bottom. Now they're rising.
I will say, to our credit collectively, in terms of Liverpool, which we'll talk about later, but we had these conversations even after week 1 with the Bournemouth game. Like, they were lucky to have won, but 4-2 was not reflective of that match.
The reality
and
of the match.
All those late goals, and we were on it pretty early. Like, is this an aura thing, or is this like, oh shit, like,
they're going to dominate.
They can't stay this lucky this long.
I think the only ones you could probably say that are surprising right now would have to be Newcastle and Chelsea. Right? Chelsea coming off of their World Cup win. Newcastle, even though they lost Isaac, they brought in a couple players trying to make them good. They played in the top 6 last season.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, both of which are sitting in positions that they're not used to.
I agree with. Honestly, I see more surprise than that. Sunderland, obviously, on the flip side of things, Sunderland.
No, but those are positive. Those are positive surprises.
Bournemouth, Sunderland, obviously.
Yeah, no, Chelsea and them is just they're.
I tell you,
who's lower to this. Tottenham.
I was really surprising to me on to your point, Fulham. In 16th place, 17th place rather.
Crazy.
Not that I thought they were going to be fighting for Champions League spots, but
middle of the table.
Yeah, and consistent and predictable, and they're just not there. But let's jump around.
It's not happening.
Another what I thought would have been a little bit better of a squad this year was Brentford. Obviously, they lose Thomas Frank, they lose Mbeumo, so there's those adjustments. But they do beat Liverpool 3-2, and the losing streak continues.
4 games.
So a 4th straight loss for Arne Slot's Liverpool. As a Bournemouth supporters club, it was nice to see a goal from each team, from a Bournemouth former
player.
Bournemouth player.
Yeah.
Dango and Milos Kerkez both scored in the first half.
And Milos had a lot of chances, and he fought well, though.
Yeah. It was Igor Thiago scored. He's now, I think, 2nd in the league in scoring. Salah got one late, so maybe there's for Liverpool's sake, there's that hope. Like, okay, this will get him going because
he's the odd man out.
I agree.
We talked about this,
but from Liverpool's standpoint,
they gotta make a decision. They gotta face the facts and be like,
I think that's the crazy stat right there is that Brentford had 17 shots but lacked possession.
Yeah. Yeah,
because they played an excellent game.
Yeah.
I got a chance to kind of watch the game a little bit after we came back from the trip and everything. I didn't go to bed early, so I just watched replays of soccer matches, and they were just effective. They will get the ball, 2-3 passes, maybe 20 seconds with it, and they were right on the other side. That's what this team is showing. Some incredible efficiency and adaptability, because like they can defend, but they can just fold out, and they have their place. They have the 2 players, the wings that as soon as somebody gets the ball in the middle, they take off, and they're handling that offside trap so well that they're just catching everybody off guard. It's just hard.
Let me ask you guys, like we said before with the United match, we're starting to see teams for what they really are.
Yes.
Can we call Liverpool out of the title race right now?
No, not at all.
No. They have too good of a team.
They're 7 points back of Arsenal.
Still just 10 games in.
Yeah, they're still chapter 3, as Aaron likes to say. 7
points back of Arsenal, and that includes already having beaten Arsenal. So a lot of times you'll say, okay, well, there's, if they win that game, that's 3 points right there. So obviously they'll play each other again.
Exactly.
But
so if you think about
7 points behind with already having played that fixture.
Yeah, and they have to play away.
Yeah, either way, that is a 6-pointer that's already taken into account. Is my point.
Yes. It is going to be difficult, but it's a matter of winning.
I think they're done. I maybe it's my way too early prediction, but I think Liverpool is out of the title race. Yes, I know. It's a
the one
very
reason
tight table there, but
the one reason why I agree with you is because Arsenal is playing that good.
Arsenal's playing very well.
That's what they're doing. They're playing
other
that good.
teams ahead of Liverpool, both Manchester's, although City lost, but Bournemouth and Spurs and United are all also playing well. So sometimes it's not just making up the points.
It's just
when you have
the
that
other ones
many
are not going to
teams
stumble.
to also leapfrog, it tends to get very difficult.
I mean, but the other issue is Liverpool could turn it around.
Can they though?
That's the question. If they go on a 4-game winning streak, you're back. You're essentially back to where you talked. Right? United went on a 4-game winning streak, and they went out of.
That's also assuming that Arsenal
drops 4 in a row
in 2 of those 4 matches.
So I wouldn't. All right. So I wouldn't say that they're out of the title race. I would say that they're in it for essentially second through third for Champions League.
Yeah, that is still there.
I don't think they're going to keep dropping. That's the thing.
Oh no, yeah, no.
I don't think they're going to keep dropping.
Champions.
Are they a threat to win the Premier League?
No, not like that.
No, I think
as
no.
It stands right now.
I mean, I would.
Listen, the pessimist in me also obviously thinks Arsenal.
Right.
Some point. Listen,
I don't think so.
Listen, I don't know.
I don't think so. Arsenal looks good, man.
So okay, well,
we'll get that. We'll go to Arsenal when we get to Arsenal. But
Arsenal,
yes, Liverpool is not winning.
Another London derby. Arsenal 1, Palace 0.
Yep. That's like what 3 London derbies
in a row, and all 3 victories, man.
We may as well just cut to last week's show. Shock! Arsenal wins 1-0 on a set piece goal. I think I said exactly that.
Yep,
2 or 3 times already. And Eberici, as a goal off a set piece against his former club, did not celebrate it.
That was classy of him. Though.
He wanted to. Absolutely hate it.
So
it's so stupid.
No. They were cheering. Nobody had a problem.
The fans of Palace gave him a standing ovation when he came off.
Yeah, exactly. No,
he gave them a trophy.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, they weren't upset. Somebody stopped him from celebrating. Yeah. Objectively speaking, he was going to celebrate. Fans were with them. Nobody was booing him or anything. A teammate stopped them. They were like, listen, how about you just don't do that? It wasn't a thing of, hey, it's just play,
I am so against the not celebrating against your former team. It's so
just not be offensive. Just celebrate, be happy.
So sensitive as a fan base. Like you're the holders in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You are the holders in the Charity Shield. You have silverware. Like, come on. Are you that offended by?
I don't necessarily think it's
if you don't want them to celebrate, don't concede the goal, right? Like, it's like the unwritten rules in baseball. Like, you don't want me to celebrate a home run? Don't give up a home run.
Don't let me score it.
What do we? Come on. What do we? And I mean, you guys know me. I tried my best to try to make everyone happy.
Yep.
Come on, what are we doing here? These are professionals.
I mean, but you're also talking about
they're paid to score goals, and you are being paid by Arsenal now. You're not being paid by Crystal Palace anymore.
I feel it's a class thing. If you sit there and you super celebrate like Adebayor did scoring against Arsenal,
exactly,
that's not class.
There is levels of things.
There's a difference between celebrating and
he's still celebrating. He still did his signature.
Yeah.
He still down got both knees. He still celebrated. He just didn't rub it in the face.
That's the thing.
I want to see joy in the game. I don't want to see this bull of like I don't know. I might be in the minority.
No. I am in agreement with you up until the point that they become offensive.
Yeah, guys.
We're all competitors, and even the fans are. And again, in this specific situation, he was going out to a celebration. He did the fist pump. He did the signature thing. The fans were cheering him on. They were not offended. Again, this is another thing.
The game was at the Emirates. If it were at Selhurst Park, okay, maybe you tone it down a little bit. But you're in front of your home. You're in your home stadium.
It is also his first goal in the Premier League.
Yeah,
that was true.
I mean. Like,
that was his first goal.
That was true. He deserves to celebrate that shit.
You can't celebrate it like you want. Like that.
He really wanted to.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Here's the funny thing. Well, here's the funny thing. Right, Rice did it against West Ham.
Yeah.
He scored against West Ham, and then Marino did it against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They score that all three guys have scored against their previous team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want guys celebrating goals. I
agree, but again, I
we've
agree
talked
up
about
until a point.
how robotic the game has become, whether it's, all these tactics or the set piece coaches or this and that. Like, where is the fun in the game anymore? Where is Joga Bonito? Like, do you remember those days of like, I even go back to like the Nike commercials and like guys just having fun, the Ronaldinho, the Rivaldo.
But you know how those games end in Brazil.
But you know what? Like,
and in Colombia, and in all those countries.
Even a Thierry Henry was so unpredictable, so mercurial. Like, we don't have that anymore. No. And we're now, starting to.
England puts them to Germany. That's what happens.
Here's the other issue, because like people are like, well, we have the best players in the game, right? We have Haaland and Vinny and all these, and it's like even when like guys like Neymar and them were coming up, they still weren't flashy.
No,
I think the time Neymar is probably one of the last
semi-flashy,
and I wouldn't even say flashy, just spontaneous. It's probably the word I would use.
The era of that is gone.
Yeah. No,
I don't think we're going to get that.
I'm thinking, and it's fun. They're all Brazilians, but I'm thinking Anthony. I'm thinking Richarlison.
Yeah.
Those are the guys, the few that are left that are like.
Well, think about it. Brazil hasn't had their identity in forever.
Right.
That's what you can quote me on that one.
With the Ancelotti hire.
Since Ancelotti came in, I'm still upset about it. But that is what I was talking about. The death of that.
I'm not going to chalk it up to the fact that the great players of today don't have that capability. I'm going to chalk it up to the fact that defensives have become more aware of.
I think the game has just become almost to a fault more organized.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
The creativity, the Ronaldinho creativities, kind of like not banned, but definitely not encouraged when it comes to the players. You know what I mean? So Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona is one of the last bastions of that tiki-taka, formerly known as Jogo Bonito. You know what I mean? That was a translation and the adaptation to this new era of soccer.
Even in like Arsenal's final Wenger days, you saw the bounce around passes, the back flicks.
Yep.
Right. What was it? Ramsey scores with his freaking scores with his heel.
Yep.
You don't see stuff like that.
Absolutely. And then you got the other situation, which again I keep talking about. It's not because I'm Colombian, it's because he's that good. You send that joy away, like
no more nutmegs, no more Robelos.
Luis was the one that did that for Liverpool. You know, he created that unbalance. He created that feint, that unpredictable style of soccer that makes defenses kind of faltering a little bit. So specifically for the Premier League, that joy is kind of gone. There is not anything in there.
I blame City.
Hey, listen, me too. Me too. No lies.
But that's part of it, and obviously you have a certain lens that you look through as an Arsenal fan, but Arteta is a City and Pep Guardiola disciple.
Yeah.
And the big knock on Arsenal right now, if there is one thing to knock on them from the pundit standpoint, is that these games are boring. 1-0 set piece goal. No,
but they're winning. You can't. People are like they're boring. You know they're boring. If people are like, well, they're getting set pieces. They're in your half. They're in your half for 75% of the game.
Yeah.
They put the shot on goal. 17 shots is not a boring game. 17 shots not one goal. It's still 17 shots. Brentford had 17 shots on goal. They got 3. Arsenal had 17 shots on goal. They got 1. It can't be a boring game if the same team has 17 shots.
Okay. To that point, just like we talked about with Liverpool, although under different circumstances, with their late goals, is this sustainable? Is 17 shots and only getting 1 goal, is that sustainable, or is that something
I don't know? It is sustainable. 100% sustainable.
3 goals in 11 games.
Yeah.
3 goals in 11 games.
Yeah.
Okay. So is the 1-0 sustainable? Obviously 100%. Not. But is only allowing in the last 3 Premier League games, they've allowed 1 shot on goal.
I looked back. Yeah. So far this month, Arsenal have conceded 5 shots on target.
Exactly.
Three of those were against the
Exactly.
Olympiacos.
Right.
And that's
And also, let's not forget what happened Wednesday. What happened Wednesday? They put up 4 goals against the They can score goals. It's just every single team they're playing against is putting 5 people at that back line.
And we've talked about it's another London derby. There, there's always that part of I'm just
they're playing Crystal Palace who was out
but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't make that comparison to what we said about Liverpool earlier in the season. Like, is this something they can continue to rely on?
Listen, people are calling Arsenal at 1-0 boring, but they were also calling City at 6-1 boring.
Right.
You're scoring 6 goals. Like, okay, cool. They're scoring another 6 goals. Haaland scored a hat trick. Haaland scored a hat trick.
Like, that's how City got to the 6 goals. Is they would bore the hell out of the other team through possession,
and then they will break them.
Second that a defensive team or a defensive unit got a little bit out of shape,
boom,
done.
That's it. That was it. And I mean, the goal definitely was not boring. And set pieces are an intricate part of the entire soccer match.
They hit the bar.
Yeah,
Rice then immediately puts a shot on goal, saved.
Yep.
Saka then immediately does his left foot sparkle to maybe an inch left of the post.
Yeah,
could have been a whole nother goal. Right, it could have been 2.
No, I'm just these are the things.
No,
that we need to be talking about.
Yeah.
And they might not be flashy, but I mean, as they're not for the casual soccer fan. Those victories are not for a casual soccer fan.
These are 4 teams. Last year they dropped 10 points against.
Yeah.
They have now won all 4 games.
My worry for Arsenal is, again, they're dominating. They're incredibly defensive. They're incredible defensively, rather. Let me say that. I don't want to say they're incredibly defensive. That's not right.
Yeah, that is actually the right setting.
The stats. They are from the game.
My concern for Arsenal.
Look at that.
Look
at how dominant they were.
I know.
Yeah.
If teams start to figure out their set pieces, which inevitably this happens to every team, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Man City, whether it was the Barcelona of
they were complaining about Arsenal
to that point
last season.
To that point, real quick, is they already did. That was the thing. Those set pieces that they are playing on, they're not intricate movements and I'm going to overlap the defender this way or that way. It's all about timing.
Last season, people got mad about their last season, people got mad about their set pieces because on corners, they didn't run until the final second. They were like, how can they do this? And
so the thing is, with those set pieces, it's a matter of organization as a team. They are, as a unit, when the ball goes off, whoever is taking that set piece, everybody knows exactly where they are supposed to be at, and that is what's beating the other teams. The other teams have figured it out. Believe me.
Yeah. Well,
I am a defender.
They're definitely going to figure it out.
And then they already did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part about Arsenal. Me personally, my personal opinion. I'm sorry. That's what I think. Is that they are doing something that everybody already knows what they're doing, and they figure it out already. They just cannot stop it. They're that good. And when it comes to the defense, it's the same. What Arsenal is showing as a team is a complete and functionality as an 11. There is not like 1 or 2 guys that are excelling. They might not be flashy, but they definitely dominate.
Yeah.
Percentage wise, passing wise, shooting wise, it's just they are not worried about running up the score like that. They're worried about getting the results. Like I was saying, all these results that they are having right now, 1-0,
they lost last.
They were tying 2-2 or 3-3.
No, they literally
would lose.
They
were losing them.
4 games, 12 points. Right? Yeah. They scored 2 points from those 4 games last season.
So that's what it is. They're more worried about that sustainability, like you're saying. Yeah. So that's why the reason I believe that it will be a little sustainable, and they could do well. Are they going to lose? Yeah, they're going to lose 1 or 2. They got to drop 1 or 2.
Let's not get
be real. Exactly.
Even Aaron and the biggest Arsenal fans in the world have to acknowledge that. You're going to have those blips along a 38-match Premier League season. You're playing in Champions League. You're in 2 domestic cups. Those things are going to happen. Aaron, you were going to say something earlier.
No, I was going to say, I'll leave it off with this. The biggest difference between last season and this season, like last season, people used to get mad at us about celebrating and all that kind of stuff. They've toned it down, right? They've toned it down. However,
Which
you see
that too.
No.
Me too.
Let me put it this way. You see the excitement in training.
Yeah.
When you watch their training videos,
They're cohesive,
again, I see it as a lens because I actually get the training videos on my feed.
Right.
When you watch them in training, they're having fun.
Yeah.
They're laughing. The Arteta just said literally at the thing, he goes, why one of the coaches was like, well, you were supposed to have a training day and instead you let the team go out for dinner. And he's like, yes. He goes, the team came to me and wanted to have a team dinner.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to tell them no.
And that is so important.
It's funny. So two things. One, this was before your continued appearances on the show. Last year, we talked about the match in which Odegaard after the game.
Oh yeah,
took the camera. And I'm like, no, I love that.
That was when Nelson scored the final goal against, I don't think it was United, but it might have been Brentford or even Bournemouth. Yeah. I think it was 3-2. It was a 3-2 win, last minute goal, and I think that's what happened.
I love stuff like that. And then also, it just made me pop in my head when you said team dinner. I think was this over the summer or maybe late spring last year when Arteta hired the pickpocket. Did you hear about that?
No. I do remember the.
It was a team dinner, and Mikel Arteta hired a pickpocket. To go around and try to steal stuff from the Arsenal players, and his premise behind it was like, you guys need to always be on your toes.
Yeah, always be aware.
And like everyone, pundits, management, like everyone just laughed, like, what the fuck are you doing?
But
now look at them this year. I don't know if that's
he went truly old school in this situation. Survival skills.
The video that will
cohesiveness as a group of people.
I can't remember what exercise they were doing, but the video that will sit with me of their training is when they were doing volley practices over a net with a guy in the middle, and the key was to try to hit the dude in the middle while keeping the ball up in the air. And Rice puts the header, nails the guy perfectly in the center, and everyone goes crazy to the point where Arteta immediately sprints across the field, and Heinz is chasing after him to tell him to calm down. Like, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down.
So it's also parenthetically, it's hilarious to me that Gabriel Heinz is telling people to calm down.
Calming people down. Yes,
because he was run out of town in Atlanta for being too
wild.
Intense with his training. Like he wouldn't let players get water. Like it got to a point where the players union got involved.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And here he is, like they showed after
he's the
match.
one trying to be like, hey guys, don't be intense.
They showed after the match, all of Arsenal's coaches went onto the field and discussed set pieces while they were out there. While the fans were still in the thing.
And that's one of those things that is just great though. And again, it creates that unity. Arsenal is a unit.
Undefeatable.
Arsenal is 11 made 1, and it's freaking amazing though. I am very happy about that. And whatever we have to say, man, they don't care. They're totally made out of Teflon this year.
Right.
That's why I think they're going to keep going.
One game at a time.
Exactly. They're taking them, and that's why I think that's what's getting them that edge right now.
I am.
We play Burnley next.
I'm starting to believe every game's going to be tough for them because now they are the big dog.
Yep, they have the bullseye.
You're one game ahead essentially. Yeah. You have a game pillow,
right?
And last time you had a 2-game pillow, you gave it up to City and lost by 2 points.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I am, for your sake, and just from my third person perspective, I am starting to believe that Arsenal does have what it takes.
Yeah.
This year, obviously it's combined with a so far precipitous downfall from Liverpool. But these kinds of things always have to, outside of that 1 year where I think City had 100 points and Liverpool had 99.
Yeah.
Somebody falters.
It always takes one team. In years past, it's been Arsenal. Yeah. Or United had a implosion when the first year that City won it. In was that 2011? That Aguero,
that Aguero last goal. Oh my God!
So other things. Look at the Leicester year. Like 5 teams seemingly faltered. So
Arsenal faltered.
You do need, as good as clubs are. That win you do need a little bit of help and luck here and there. There's no, anyone that says otherwise does not.
Lying.
As the kids say, they don't know ball.
Yeah, the whole I make my own luck. It's works up to a point.
And speaking again of luck,
Yeah. So here we are. The next match that we're going to talk about just pretty quickly. Aston Villa 1, Man City 0. So just when we were talking about Man City starting to get back on track, watch out. They're a dangerous team. Again, they're still only 6 points back of the title, or of the leaders rather.
Yeah.
But a 1-0 loss at Villa. Not an easy place to play.
No, let me tell you, that was one of the games I actually watched last night at like 2 a.m. It was awesome. And there is no fault of Manchester City. Aston Villa played one of the best games I have seen any team play so far this year by a mile. They were inspired.
I will absolutely take your word for it because I did not watch this at all.
That defense, the goalie, the wingers, everybody was helping out. And Man City played their game. Yeah. They attacked. They did you see the stats.
15 shots, only 4 on target for City.
Do you know why only 4 on target? Because the face of about 4 players of the Aston Villa defense is sore right now. They literally have welts in their face.
So that puts Villa in 8th place.
It was incredible.
City in 5th.
That was the drop in points that Arsenal needed,
right? Oh yeah,
because they were sitting in 2nd.
Yeah, it was funny because we were playing Magic. I was playing Magic.
I told you.
Aaron was watching.
I just need a City loss. I need a City loss. And
that's what he said.
You know who Arsenal needs to worry about now? The mighty Cherries of Bournemouth.
Bournemouth
hosted Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Forest under new manager Sean Dyche.
Now I need a City win.
Now you're going to be rooting for a City this weekend.
Listen, you've officially turned me anti-Bournemouth. Congratulations.
You know what? It's a badge of honor.
Yes.
Because usually it's I got to root for Bournemouth to beat up on or maybe sneak a point from City.
True. I need City to beat Bournemouth.
Bournemouth hosting Nottingham Forest,
and then Arsenal go up by 6. Listen, if the 4 under them drop somehow, some random way,
we're cool.
They're up 2 games.
Bournemouth 2, Nottingham Forest 0. This was the second of 4 consecutive matches that Bournemouth has against teams playing in Europe.
Yep.
So they drew at Crystal Palace. I thought it was a fair result. I thought that was a game that they, after going up 2-0, I think they should have closed it out.
They fumbled it a little bit.
But here we are. So now they obviously learned that lesson. Sean Dyche plays a very pragmatic style.
Yeah.
And they were able to hold that 2-goal lead, a Tavernier Olympico goal directly off a corner kick.
I think it was sick.
Eli Krupi, teenager, again, now has 4 Premier League goals.
Yep.
It is absolutely incredible how Bournemouth keeps finding these guys. And Bournemouth, 2nd place.
How old is he?
19.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
19 years old, man.
Sorry, I still get a kick that Dalman. Every time
Dalman. Oh, Dalman.
Every time Dalman comes on, they sing that he's got school in the
morning. But he hasn't played that much in the Premier League, right? He's only got like 1 or 2 substitutes.
He comes into the sub, but every time he comes into the sub, they think that he's got school in the morning.
Yeah, I see they just signed him to
yes, they signed him to a full
or they like a pre-deal to go into an effect when he
signed to intent.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. Yeah,
that's great because he deserved it.
Yeah, so Bournemouth. 2nd place, 4 points behind leaders Arsenal.
Professional contract set to be finalized after he turns 17.
There you go. That's what it was.
16 years old. That's ridiculous.
Judging by the looks of it, a fairly dominant performance.
It was good.
And again, so I said this 3 weeks ago. If Bournemouth are to be for real, I said this on the Premier League Fan Zone show in the UK. We have 4 matches coming up, all against teams in Europe. It was Crystal Palace, it was Forest, it's Man City, and I believe it's maybe Aston Villa. I gotta look.
I don't know, but you know what? The thing with that is, they actually believe in themselves now, and Semenyo has been a great catalyst of that. Like on and off the field.
Yeah, it is Villa. And I said, listen, if you can, after these 4 matches, to Aaron's point,
this is chapter 3.
This is where Bournemouth belong. Yep. Whether we get 0 points out of a possible 12 or 12 points out of a possible 12.
That is the mark.
This is the point at which we will know what Bournemouth are.
Well, because it's funny because now this is the point when Bournemouth usually takes off during the season. Right. So is it a change of waves and now they're going to be strong at the beginning and kind of like falter down? That's kind of like what we're trying to see right now.
Here's my other question. Does Semenyo stay in the winter transfer?
Yeah, better. Better. I wish he does,
people are already coming calling.
I know, but I wish he stays. He's a loyal man. And I think that's what I'm saying, that Semenyo is being the catalyst because the younger players and the other players that were with him have realized that his commitment, it's for real. Like he's there. He's not gonna just bounce. He's gonna try to see this through. Apparently I saw him talking about Bournemouth and he loves his city. He has created his own kind of like equity within the city and the fan base. He loves it there. So
just signed a contract extension. He's there till 2030. So
I think he's committed. I think he wants to be that team player.
Even if he's not, even if there are people out there.
No, he did not say that. Semenyo said he's an Arsenal fan. But
I think
he was quoted saying, "I'm an Arsenal fan, but I don't put that mixture with my job."
I want to. So that's one of the things that he almost got out of football altogether. He's he had failed trials with a couple of clubs. He was ready to retire.
And Bournemouth gave him a chance.
And Bournemouth signed him from a second division or third division team, and the rest is history. Yep. But even if he has those big eyes for Arsenal or United or whoever, he just signed an extension till 2030.
Okay.
The number that it would take for a club to come in and swoop Semenyo away
isn't
so he's going to Chelsea.
I said this. I said the same thing about Milos Kerkez. Yeah. I said, listen, I like him. Personally, I thought Kerkez was a system player, and not to say I told you so, but he's not, pulling up trees over at Liverpool right now.
No, he's not.
The money that they got for Kerkez, I thought was good business.
Yeah.
Dean Howson to Real Madrid. He's a Spanish player.
Yep.
He's still very young and he had a great year, but a little bit unproven.
Absolutely.
When someone comes in with $40-50 million for a 19-year-old defender,
and run, man.
You take the money and run.
Yep.
Same thing with Zabarny at PSG.
Yep.
When the reigning European champion comes calling, you pick up the phone
and you say, "What do you want?"
So
no, that's true.
So that all, again, the money that they brought in from those transfers, and they brought in Truffert, they brought in Diatike at center back. They've replenished. But my point being, Semenyo has 5 years left on his deal,
and he's going to be the anchor.
Not even that standpoint. If United or Arsenal or Chelsea they come calling, Bill Foley's going to say, "All right, give him 150 million."
Easy.
He's tied up with us for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is how much he's gonna take. Yeah.
So, it's not like a traditional Madrid thing where they'll wait until he's got 6 months left on his contract and then sign a pre-contract and it's free.
Yeah.
To get Semenyo out from under that contract that he just signed is going to take a massive amount of money. And I think now, Semenyo had a bit of a drop in form last spring when United maybe, turned his head a little bit and he started looking elsewhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Now he's locked and loaded, long-term deal. And even if he still does have eyes on other things, at least he knows his contract situation is sorted out. And if someone comes in with the right amount of money, then okay, I'll go. Yeah. But it's one less thing for these players to worry about. And go and play.
I agree with what you're saying right now, 120%. You know what I mean? But I don't think the one thing I kind of like see in him and the interviews and all the things he's saying and doing, he is way more committed than money to Bournemouth.
I would
He's
agree
there for the
too,
long run.
but
And I don't think if it was up to him, I don't think any amount of money for the foreseeable future will get him out of there. I mean, it's a business, and if the boss says, "Hey, you're going," you're going.
Well, not only that, but
like,
I
he
agree with
doesn't
you
want to. He
wholeheartedly.
does not want to leave Bournemouth right now.
But when you're sitting at a table and another club opens up a suitcase and there's 500 grand a week sitting there.
There is a few players that don't change
that. A week, Champions League football.
Well, hey, hold on.
That's what I was going to say. No, because one of the things he said is that is his goal, to see Bournemouth and play for Bournemouth in a European competition. And he said that that's like one of the things he wants to do the most because of what you said. Because like they were the team that brought him back. And
they took the
that
chance.
type of gratitude. It's a whole another level of brings another level of loyalty.
Listen, I have my passport ready, locked and loaded for
first European
Bournemouth
game
in Europe. So
another thing for Bournemouth, I mean, we're talking about Semenyo right now and all that, and it's good and great.
Which is funny because he didn't even score in this game.
but that's I'm literally going to that. They also need Tavernier to play like he played on that game.
Yeah, I've said it for years. I love Tavs. He is a wildly inconsistent player.
Yeah.
We talked about it pre-show where Tavernier could play for a month straight where he is he's in a Premier League top 11.
Yep.
And there's 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time where you wonder how he's even in the league.
Yep.
And I don't mean that.
I'm the one.
He's very streaky, and he always bets on himself. And when he's not playing well, though, and he bets on himself, and a shot goes 30 rows back and out for a throw in, there's a problem. Going back to the Tavernier thing and the way he was playing, he wasn't doing that. Yeah.
He wasn't taking that many shots. He was being the facilitator in this game, and he was incredible. He was giving it to Semenyo. He was giving it to here. The goal that he scored, it was because he assisted somebody. The corner kick was happening. He got a beautiful thing going, but it wasn't he was trying to hog the ball he was doing the job. He shot a goal. He shot a shot on the goal, and it ended up going in. But it wasn't him being selfish.
Speaking of assists, Tyler Adams did get the assist on the second goal from an absolutely destructive tackle to take away the ball from Nottingham Forest.
The
referee was about to call the foul. The referee signaled advantage, and immediately off that group he scored. So great things all around. Bournemouth, in the last week of October, going into November, sit in second place in the Premier League.
And on it's amazing.
And the again, I am. Part of me is surprised because I thought after losing all these defenders, there would be a little bit of a struggle. But the other part of me, I'm not surprised at all. We're not.
It's the third year that we're seeing that
that's
done.
Like unheard of from their standpoint. They're winning games in a style that they've been playing. Iraola, as he has done for the last 3 years now, has
people that got to him, man.
And the sum is greater than the whole of its parts there.
100%. And that's the thing. We have been in our personal experience. Leave alone. We're not, from Bournemouth. We're not, we haven't followed them since when they were in the lower leagues. But every single year in the past 3 years that we have been covering and talking about them, they have increased and they have surpassed expectations. So
what you're saying is it's our credit.
That's exactly what I'm saying, my friend.
The anti-Diego curse.
Also,
damn it! I just said it.
Let's also point out that in this tiny pocket of the world, in Bilbao, Spain, they've produced 3 managers that are currently
rocking the Premier,
the top 2 in the Premier League, and leading La Liga in Xabi Alonso.
Yep.
Who all are born within like 10 months of one another.
Yep.
And they grew up playing
together. Like less than a mile from each other.
Yeah.
That is crazy though. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. They're all, I think, I want to say Arteta and Iraola played together, and then like Chubby Alonso was like the next year up, but they would, in as it goes, you'd play together sometimes, and
with the upper
and
class,
also Unai Emery is also from the same little area, but
that's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
What are they putting in that water, man?
Listen,
I'm about to go.
If my interviews continue and I can get Andoni Iraola, that's going to be one of my first questions.
What are you putting
what
in
is
that
in that
damn
water
water?
in Bilbao? What is making
Jesus, genius.
it's also funny because it seems to be coinciding with the resurgence of Athletic Club Bilbao. They're consistently now in Champions League and playing in Europa League and fighting for a La Liga title. So it's like, it's crazy how this cyclical world works, where you go back to the Spain of the 2010 World Cup, and it was basically Barcelona with a couple Madrid
the Basque
guys,
country,
and now it's the Basque country, and it's really cool to see these like tiny little connections that are now
100%
spread worldwide.
100%.
All right, that's going to do it for us for the first half of our show. We'll be back with some La Liga talk, a little bit of MLS action, and what's on tap, guys. Stay tuned.
Yes.
All right, people are people.
People.
What's the name of that song? Changes.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. I'm Dave. We got Naz and Diego beside me, all somewhat recovered from our long weekends in the Mid-Atlantic.
Dude, 10 hours of sleep, man. I slept for 10 hours from the moment I got to home from the trip until this afternoon. I want to say I slept 2 hours on the week. No, like 5 hours during the weekend.
Yeah, he was playing Magic until about 4 a.m. every day.
Listen,
listen. I mean, it's a great game, and I gotta give you props. He knows. I think it was 2 a.m. when I told you I had enough.
Yeah.
I started falling asleep looking at my cards. I was like, I've got to go.
So I think the difference is you get to play more during the week. Diego doesn't.
I unleash.
So, and he's a child.
I mean, it was
exactly, bro. You know how it is. You get me.
He gets me. He can't be told to stop now.
Just let him tire himself out. Let him tire himself out.
We got some good games, and I think you also won the last game of the night too.
Yeah. We ended up 9-1.
Yeah.
We ended up 9-1 , but it's okay.
No. Me and you, we ended up 9-0. I'm talking about your last EDH game.
Yes. Yeah.
Game of the week.
I left the weekend on a high note on top. Yes.
He
very last game of the weekend was mine.
Shocking that you left the weekend on a high.
Well, if the predictions are anything to show for, yes, it is shocking.
All right. So elsewhere in continental Europe, specifically La Liga, a banger of a match. El Clasico.
It was good though.
So first of all, I want to preface the match itself to a few days in advance of Lamine Yamal making some comments, via social media. An 18-year-old doing. Let me just call it in my opinion, it was a dumb thing to say.
Yep, 100% agree.
Whether it's true or not, whether you believe it or not, it was comments about Real Madrid, cheating and referee influencing and this and that, and it doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be that bulletin board material. There's enough riding on this match as it is. You don't need to give Madrid any more ammunition for this match.
And that's what happened. That literally was what happened in that match. It reflected that. This was the lesson for him. It reflected that you gotta be careful to put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
Because then everybody's gonna come down on you. Everybody's saying the same thing.
I'm not usually this lenient on it, but I will chalk it up to an 18-year-old being an 18-year-old. we've a lot of times, whether it's Bournemouth or Arsenal or America de Cali or we tend to dehumanize a lot of these players because they're out there.
Yeah.
He's an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Think of the stuff that we did when we were 18.
I understand. I will give him credit that he's an 18-year-old kid. However, the people around him should also be like,
absolutely,
what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, no, 100% agree. But he's done the right thing for so far. You know what I mean? Like, this is his one mistake.
Well,
because even with the party's the party. Yes. Okay. Never mind. But that's non-soccer related. Like when he came to the soccer situation, the team, the interviews,
that's fair.
He was correct.
But that's still social media influencer side of things. Because again, nowadays you're seeing it a lot where professional players aren't just players, they're becoming influencers.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already been role models, but now they actually have.
There's also now
power.
There's no shutting anything off. You are on 24/7.
Yes, and that was the thing.
I'll save it for a last thing for the road.
Perfect.
Right. Because that's the thing. Yeah, it was just difficult for him. He'll learn. They'll move on. I don't know what they're gonna do about the title because now 5 points.
So let's get to it. So all that being said, players on the field, big game, big players make things happen. And it doesn't get any bigger for Real Madrid than Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham, both of whom scored.
And they needed that.
Real Madrid 2, Barcelona 1. There was a lot of extracurricular activity going on towards the end of the match. Let's call it that. Andre Lunin, the backup goalkeeper for Madrid, was sent off in the 90th minute. Pedri was sent off in the 10th minute of stoppage. But
they went South American.
Mm-hmm.
A 2-1 final in Xabi Alonso's first.
Wait, wasn't it? No, what was the game that we were? I don't mean to cut us off, but what was the game that you and I paid attention to where there was a
back-to-back?
It was 90 and 10th and 90 and 11th.
Yeah.
What was it? I thought it was this game.
I thought so too.
I think. Well, so.
I thought it was 90.
It might have been a red and a yellow.
Okay.
Because there were a bunch of yellows given out late in the match, also. But
because there were 2 reds, there were 2 cards because of a scuffle. Yeah.
Correct.
Xabi Alonso in his first Clasico does win. And I believe before this, Barcelona had won 3 or 4 of these in a row, including Copa del Rey.
By a lot.
Yeah.
So this is a big weight lifted from Madrid right now. So because the total was like 12 goals to 1.
And with that, Madrid have now 10 matches through, have opened up a 5-point lead
5 points
on Barcelona.
It's tough. It's going to be tough.
I mean, I think it's too early to call this.
Yeah, but it's going to be very tough.
But
I mean, there is one more Clasico, I think.
Yeah.
So it might be 3. Other than that, I don't see Barcelona. Maybe Atletico beats or ties Barcelona, and those are the 5 points. But I'm sorry, Madrid. But Barcelona has to win out. And that is tough, man. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think. You said the thing over there in England. This is my early prediction. No, I really don't think. They're going to go to Europe. They're going to be second. It's going to be a little disappointing. They're going to learn their lessons because, again, the second year, this is a young team. They're here for the long run.
Without a doubt.
So now they try, but I think they're focusing on champions.
I mean, they're going to have to.
They're going to do champions. That's their silverware for this year. That's a shot of silver for the year.
Yeah, I hear myself in my own head talking out of both sides of my mouth. At the same time, where this match, from Barcelona's standpoint, is just crushing in terms of that. It's only 5 points.
Do you expect to hear from Yamal?
I would expect him to have a sock in his mouth right now.
Yes, exactly. No, he's banned.
They've got him tied up in the bottom.
Mom and dad are like, shut the hell up. Yeah. Do not touch that computer. Do not look at your phone.
At the same time, obviously a lot of this will fall on Hansi Flick now. Is this a moment where these young kids from Barcelona can so no Hansi Flick, no Lewandowski, Rafinha. So
that's
again,
another thing.
Yeah, they're now 5 points back. You could make the argument that with the current squad that was available, Barcelona had no business even making
being
this
that
2-1
result.
game.
Yeah,
you could make
right.
that argument.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Whether that's right or wrong, is neither here nor there. But you could say like, okay, almost playing with house money at that point.
Yeah.
Where if we can nick a point from this, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah. They almost did. Did.
Real Madrid could get hit by the injury bug as well. They could just go on a run of bad form. I mean, let's be honest. The first 3 or 4 matches under Xabi Alonso, they were winning, but they didn't look great.
No.
So there's no team is impervious to a run of bad form.
Yeah.
Whether it's even I'll go back because I know we've debated this many, many times on how good this achievement actually was. But the Invincibles, there were periods where they looked lousy and would tie 3 or 4 in a row. Obviously, they kept the streak going, but that was for them a run of bad form. Nobody is incapable of eluding that. It's going to happen at some point to every single team.
And what you said is a valid comparison because that for Real Madrid, the way their schedule looks like, also. That will be a run of bad form because they're supposed and expected to win pretty much all the games coming.
This is my biggest issue with the La Liga. Why does one game really matter to the whole thing? Right? Real Madrid versus Barcelona is basically going to debate who wins it. Why is there so much emphasis on this one?
I disagree with that.
Really?
I think that is La Liga. Mm-hmm. And the RFEF and the and in this case ESPN, playing that up. It's no different than Liverpool Arsenal or Liverpool United or
no. I'm talking about why does this game have so much emphasis on their season? I don't. Winner of this game walks away.
I would argue that it doesn't. That's the point I'm making.
Okay.
But pundits,
but you guys are saying that with a 5-point lead, it's going to be very hard for them to pick back up.
On Dave's
defense, at the same time, I also said it's only 5 points.
Yeah. On Dave's defense, I am the one saying that, and I agree.
Because we agree with you as well. Previously about Liverpool, who is 7 points back.
But it's not the same. Yeah. As much as Villarreal and all the other teams, Betis and Girona and Elche and all of these things. I'm trying to pick out teams from top, middle, and bottom. As much as they are a good team, and the La Liga is a competitive league when it comes to everybody else, Champions League points. But when it comes to the title, it is a reality. It's a 2-horse race, and if Real Madrid beats Barcelona, last year Barcelona beat Real Madrid
3 times.
3 times. What was the point differential between them? About 6 to 7 points.
So
the 2 results. This defines in this league. It does define that result. Good, bad, or indifferent.
That's what result
it is the reality.
The rest of the league sees, and it's like, oh shit, this is who is
the
big
This is the
dog,
one that we gotta get. Yeah.
When. And honestly, it was not dissimilar. Obviously, again, I'm not, saying you're wrong, but you have an Arsenal point of view. That Liverpool Arsenal match. After that match, the rest of the league was like, oh, all right, Liverpool is the team to beat. Now, obviously, fortunes have changed, and it's very well possible that happens in La Liga as well.
That is the thing. I don't think it does.
But in the Premier League, I would expect something like that. I don't expect it in La Liga. I don't expect all of a sudden Real Madrid and Barcelona go on a 4-game losing streak. It's not going to happen. It's not, and all of a sudden Villarreal.
You expected Liverpool to lose 4 straight against the teams that they lost to?
I told you they were showing.
I know, but
I told you they were showing.
He actually did, though.
Yes.
No, I didn't. You didn't.
If you had told me, do I see Girona being in top last season? So that's different.
So
that was a huge surprise.
Let's take a look at the upcoming matches for Madrid now. They are home against Valencia this weekend. Mm-hmm. Valencia is absolutely. They are not riding. They are driving the struggle bus right now.
Yep.
They are a traditional powerhouse in Spain on very hard times.
Yep.
So despite this being first place at home against 18th place, I don't think that's a walkover. And it may very well wind up being a 3 or 4-0 match, but I don't think it's a guarantee that this is 3 more points.
It might not be a blowout, but I think it's closer to 3 points than to a tie.
Then Madrid are at Liverpool in Champions League.
Yep.
They are.
I actually do think that one is a good win.
7th place Vallecano, who are having a resurgence. At 8th place Elche.
That's a win.
They're a surprise right now. I don't think that is to stay. They're at Olympiacos, which going to Greece is it doesn't matter the quality. It's never it's similar to like going to Turkey. Those countries, those crowds, those stadiums. It's not an easy match. They are at Girona.
That's a win.
Who is another squad. They're struggling now because they were picked apart after their Champions League season. But that's what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight road matches. Again, Madrid travels well. You're going to have the everyone's there to see Madrid.
Exactly. Even the people from Lecce, they're going to be on white.
But
I'm sorry.
And then they're home against Vigo. They're home again. Then they play City. So
I mean, Madrid's also. The other thing too is Madrid's really sitting at in betting odds. Madrid is slated to win the Champions League this year.
Is it?
So yes.
Yeah. But, so
Arsenal in second, Madrid in first.
I've always had a problem with those kinds of things though, because I think they are the favorite because a lot of fans put money on them, and it moves.
They run the line, they run the line up or down.
If Madrid was having a tough year, and they were at 10-1, even though they're among the best in the world, at 10-1, everyone and their mother is going to take that.
Yeah.
So as more people start taking that bet, the bookies and
excuse the things.
I'm going to say, and Vegas will start to skew that so they don't lose money. So they're the favorite, but is it because people that don't know soccer or just a Madrid fan are going to put $10? Hey, listen, I hate gambling on sports. If I were local to Vegas or anything, I'd put $10 every year on Bournemouth to make Champions League. Just as a fun, what I mean? So and
this time you will win
the equivalent of Bournemouth making Champions League is a Madrid fan betting on them to win Champions League. That it's so I same thing with Liverpool in among English teams is whether they should be or not, they're almost always among the favorites to win the Champions League because of the fan base. It's just it's a numbers game at that point.
But in this case, I mean, European Cups, I don't know. The league, in the past few years and until Athletic Bilbao and Atletico Madrid get back into their personal form, this is still a two-horse race. And their results...
Atleti is shocking, although I do believe...
And their results define that league for good, bad, or...
I think they lost the last one too after the Arsenal loss.
Well, they played today. All right, so Atleti did win 2-0 today at Real Betis. Goals from Cholo Simeone's son. Cholito from Giuliano Simeone and Alex Baena in both first half goals. So Atletico Madrid, maybe after getting battered by Arsenal, have seen the fault of their ways. Yeah.
Was that a boring game?
I will say, up until then, it kind of.
No, but the league is a league, and I am a La Liga fan myself. I don't care about the whole Barcelona Madrid because all the other games are extremely exciting. The Spanish league is one of the most exciting leagues because everybody else below those two is super, super even. So the last two European spots are hell to win. The third and fourth place, that's where the excitement is.
And you look at how
you gotta ignore those two top teams.
And then you look at how well Spain does in Europa League and the Conference League. So we've that's a good conversation.
It's not that the other teams are bad. It's just
they're not Madrid and Barcelona.
They're not Madrid and Barcelona, and as bad as Barcelona is doing monetarily, because even at their worst, they were basically third. That's the discrepancy between all those teams. So you just ignore. I never really followed Madrid or Barcelona when I was in Colombia, to be honest with you, because we knew this. That was a separate, like two teams matches, and you watch them. They were awesome.
So what you're saying is they need a trophy for third place?
They should get a trophy for third place. As corny as it sounds, that would be one of the better solutions for the Liga.
You've become such an American dad.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
The participation.
The Liga is an exciting league if you ignore those two teams.
Or
but you can't.
It's
an oxymoron within itself.
Watch the matches themselves in a vacuum and don't
think about the table. Yeah,
they are very fun matches.
They're
to watch.
incredible. With that being said, let's move on from this.
So as of this moment, we don't have anything to report for 100 miles to home.
No.
But we will just run down some scores from the first round of the MLS playoffs.
The best of 3 matches.
So Friday, Inter Miami 3, Nashville 1. Surprise of the century, Leo Messi 2 goals, including a header.
Really? Yeah. Now that is the surprise of the week. A header from Messi, that has happened like 5 times in his entire career.
Brilliantly served from Luis Suarez, and then he scored again in the 96th minute. Hani Mukhtar did get a redemption goal there in the 12th minute of stoppage. Important to note that in this round, it is a best of 3.
There is no aggregate.
And there is 0 aggregate. So it's if we're comparing it to kind of other sports that you might be akin to, it's more like match play in golf.
Yes.
Where it doesn't matter if you lose by 1 stroke or 8 strokes, you lost the hole and that's it.
Well, it's essentially it's MLB. It's baseball.
Yeah,
it's
there
football.
You go.
Yeah.
You win or go home. They're essentially Nashville's essentially in a win or go home spot right now.
Philadelphia did beat Chicago in a shootout. So another point to make: there are no ties in this best of 3 series. No extra time either. After regulation, it will go directly to penalties. Vancouver won handily 3-0 over Dallas. And I don't know if I mentioned the actual score. Philadelphia, it was 2-2 with Chicago, and they won 4-2 in the shootout. Sorry. And then San Diego FC, in their first ever playoff match, did beat Portland 2-1.
Let's go.
As it stands, obviously,
awesome.
this episode will be released Tuesday morning, but we are recording here on Monday night. The Hell is Real Derby, Cincinnati and Columbus out in Ohio, that is currently scoreless in the first half. And then that will take us right into what's on tap. So a little bit of a combination of games we'll have here in the tap room, games that we'll have that will be co-streaming on sidecasting rather on our Twitch channel, and just some other important matches. So this is a cup week, midweek for a lot of the leagues in the DFB Pokal. You do have an interesting matchup. Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Dortmund, so 2 Bundesliga squads, both in the top half of the table, already in the second round of DFB Pokal. So that'll be a fun one to watch. And then Diego and I tomorrow night, Tuesday night rather, so it'll be 6:45 p.m. on Tuesday. We will be sidecasting NYCFC going to Charlotte,
New York City.
So Charlotte will be without their lead striker, Wilf Zaha. He got a silly second yellow card in their decision day match while already leading the game, so he was suspended for this one. And then Wednesday, a big Carabao Cup, right? Yeah, not the FA Cup. Carabao Cup match. Arsenal hosting Brighton.
Yes.
So not only is it a match of 2 Premier League teams, it's also Naz's squad and our Seagulls on Hudson Supporters Club. So it'll be plenty of action. It's a 3:45 kickoff. We will have it live here in the tap room. Friday, Dortmund is back in action for our Hudson Valley Borussian. Friday at 3:30. So we'll have their match at Augsburg. And then Saturday, thank God, we finally got a little bit of a late start here with daylight savings starting to go into effect in other places in the world. 11 a.m. kickoff. Brighton hosting Leeds. A couple other interesting matches there. Atleti playing Sevilla. So that's a good one. 3rd against 5th place in La Liga. Nas, you should focus on that match and really
Ignore the other two.
take in the La Liga action.
Yes.
That's about what I elsewhere, Bayern Munich also plays Bayer Leverkusen Saturday afternoon, and then I will be going to the game.
How are you?
Yeah,
You're gonna be there. Let's go.
NYCFC hosting Charlotte FC in the second game of that best of three series.
All right, so we expect a report on Monday. All right,
maybe I'll do some
pictures and
IRL
everything,
streaming and everything.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah, he can wear the shirt.
I can't.
Come on, do it.
Maybe
a little quick video with the fans over there, just to cheer or something.
We'll
Come
see.
on.
You can wear the CDU Newberg.
I can. Although it's gonna be cold, probably. I'm such a bitch when it comes to the cold. I'm gonna be in so many layers.
So what he's saying is we need CDU Newberg sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Sweat, yes, sir.
Listen, everybody loves a good sweatshirt.
we do.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
And then Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Two supporters clubs dueling it out. Man City hosting second place AFC Bournemouth.
Let's go,
With
Bournemouth.
potentially, depending on how that Arsenal match shakes out, that could mean first place in the card for the Cherries.
No, they're 4 points.
They're 4 points. It's a 4-point lead.
Yes. Listen, if the 4 underneath Arsenal lose points, we'll be 2 games ahead. That's all that matters.
So
A tie. We're looking for a tie on that one.
I don't know. You may have heard.
Not even a tie.
You may have
Not
heard
even a
like
tie.
away from the microphone chatting earlier in the show, but this weekend Nas will be a Man City fan.
Yes.
Oof. Just for a little bit.
Yes.
Just for a little bit.
Well, I'll root for both and hope for a tie.
Or
How's
My
that?
God.
you know
How's
what?
that?
That's very Solomonic of you. That's
you
good.
could just be an Arsenal fan and just not even know that your team is going to get 3 points and not have to worry about the rest of the league. How about that?
No, he just wants to put some more distance.
I can't.
It's all about distance.
After 3 seasons of coming in second,
I know.
I can't. I have to watch for the rest of the
I'm
season.
busting your
You're
chops.
just-
I know
you're just-
exactly where you're
You're
at.
just getting out of that dramatic stint. So I understand that it's a little hesitation. I got
weird,
you.
as bad as it sounds, I think I speak for all Arsenal fans
Yeah.
that
Who hurt you?
if they don't, well, no.
Arsenal
If they
did.
don't win something this season, there will be an uproar. If they win something this season, it will
Exactly.
Arsenal fans will go into next season not giving a shit.
Yep.
If they win something this season.
Absolutely.
So we talked about this before
Absolutely,
the season
you're
even
right.
started.
We can
I
get
didn't
relegated next
anticipate.
season.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. They won
No,
the season.
they
I
won't
didn't
finally.
anticipate Arsenal being atop the table at this point in the year.
So quickly.
But we talked about it early in the season. If Arsenal don't win a title this year, or don't win silverware this year,
Yep. They have 4 trophies they could win.
is it Arteta out? And we said no.
No.
No, but that was because that's the way some of the Arsenal fan base feel.
I mean, that's any fan. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
look, everybody's praising Amorim now.
Yeah.
Freaking 3 weeks ago, he was get him out.
He was ostracized. Yeah, he was working.
And you even said the morning when I was like, no, he's not going to be out.
Yeah.
You were like, are you sure this could be his last game? And I'm like, it's not going to be his last game.
No, he saved himself somehow. That's the narrative. That's
did.
the drama,
He did.
man.
Now you can thank
Jesus.
Brighton for that. All right, one for the road. Nas, you said you had something earlier.
Yes. As funny as it sounds when it comes to social media and becoming an influencer, apparently Holland has started his own year.
Erling Haaland, I saw that.
No.
Because there were memes going around that Man City
Lost.
have not won a game since Erling Haaland has become an influencer.
Yes, he has officially become an influencer.
You know they're shutting that shit down.
Again, we're seeing big things about that. Like NFL, there was an NFL receiver
Yes.
playing video games on the weekend
Yep.
on his off time, and people were like, are you focusing on the
Are you
NFL?
focusing
You're
enough?
really doing that.
Yep. That is true.
I mean, you're seeing it a lot.
Especially in Europe, that will shut that shit down real quick if he doesn't. I mean, he's delivering. He's not scoring.
He's still leading.
He's still doing it, but
he has
the team
11
is not winning.
goals. Second best is 6 right now. So if anyone doesn't have to worry about it, it's him.
He should tell his people to come into his
awesome.
podcast so the fans shit on him and
There you
maybe wakes them up a little bit.
Diego, you have anything?
No, man.
So as of this morning, Igor Tudor, the Juventus coach, was relieved of his duties.
No, I
they
like Tudor. Sorry.
They've lost, I believe, their last 3.
Yep.
winless in their last 8. Going back, I think, to that 4-4 Borussia Dortmund draw.
That was the last result they got.
Well, I mean, they have other draws,
Like
but that was the
result.
start of this downward trend.
That sucks.
So after only 7 months in charge, Igor Tudor is out. Oddly enough, there are substantial rumors that Thiago Motta might be coming back, and the reason being is that technically he's still on the books at Juve.
Oh, no
So
way.
they won't have to pay him.
That is.
They just bring him back in
Hey.
at his current salary that he got fired from, in last April or March, whatever that was.
Jesus Christ.
There's rumors of Thiago Motta. There's rumors of Luciano Spalletti, and there was one other manager that I his name is escaping me now.
I don't know. Mid-season, Motta will be the best choice.
I don't know. I mean, it
didn't work out the first time.
I hear Ange's looking for a job.
Ooh, woof.
Toxic.
I mean,
right now he's ready. Right now, maybe next year, but now he's radioactive. Like
he's done. He's done in England.
Yeah,
so,
it's
I mean,
tough.
There's no way he's getting a job in the Premier League again.
Yeah, and it wasn't fair for him. I'm not gonna say.
No, I'm not buying it. You don't take that job not knowing what's in store.
It's like in a relationship. You sometimes come in with the expectation that you can change the other person.
I just don't understand
why you
bring.
Know that you can.
I don't understand why you bring Ange in to fix a fire.
Yeah.
Not only that, but to fix a fire with
no tools,
a setup that is so drastically different from the way Ange plays.
I have another one for the room.
It's not like we're a traditional 4-4-2 team, and this guy didn't work. So let's bring in someone that we know plays that system. Like, it was so far off from the way he normally plays. That
it might as well be another sport, man. He might have started trying to play hockey formations over there.
There you go.
And it would have been even better.
They probably would have done better with a puck. All right, Naz, what else you got for us?
AEK lost to Olympiacos 2-0. They heard me talking shit last weekend. We were playing away, so obviously Olympiacos is pretty tough at home.
Yes.
So they beat us 2-0.
All right.
Oh, damn.
Well,
AEK is now sitting third behind PAOK and Olympiacos.
Oh.
Panathinaikos, for some reason, cannot pull themselves out of like 6th and 7th place.
Really?
I just sent you though, didn't I? They just hired who did they just hire? I sent it in the Discord. Rafa Benitez.
Yes.
Oh, no way.
Rafa Benitez.
Who's coaching now?
At Panathinaikos in Greece. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, they in their last game they lost to Feyenoord 3-1.
Yeah, so Rafa Benitez, former Champions League winner,
they're in 6th place.
Oh,
is now manager at Pana. Naz, what would be?
you gotta love it when you look up the Greek team, and 5 of the 14 teams have logos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, the other ones don't.
You got to do the Bing search. That's that's how you get it all.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
What's a bigger achievement for you if they both happen this year? Winning a title, Arsenal or AEK Athletes?
AEK just won 2 years ago.
All right. Yeah. I'm just.
So AEK won a championship in their new home city. The first year.
I remember you telling me that.
So yeah, we Arsenal still.
All right, yeah. Arsenal.
AEK is playing well in the Conference League. If they win the Conference League, that'll be pretty good.
I mean, listen, I am.
Olympiacos won the Conference League.
I am all for seeing some of these quote unquote lesser leagues being successful, and then honestly, that's one of the things I like about the expansion of Europa League and Conference League is it gives some more spots to Greek teams and Cypriot teams and Turkish teams and Azerbaijani teams and even the lower teams.
Yeah, we beat Aberdeen 6-0.
Yeah, even the lower teams need to have an even playing field. Something to look forward. I mean, every league has subdivisions anyway, so Europe is not like it's an unknown thing for them. So might as well do the same thing for the whole thing.
On that note, guys, that is going to do it for us. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Take a look at all our socials there. Instagram.
There you go. I learned how to do it. We continue. Come on, you got to finish it, man.
Gmail, cdunewberg@gmail.com. Just follow us anywhere and everywhere you can. Jump into our Discord. Just anywhere you want to go, just look for CDU Newberg.
Yes.
Put it in the Bing search bar. and we'll catch you tomorrow on Twitch.
Yes.
We'll catch you Saturday morning on the pour over.
Yeah, on Twitch.
Also on Twitch, or we'll see you throughout the week on upstairs in our tap room watch party. So thank you again for watching and listening. Please throw a comment, like, share, subscribe, anything and everything. You click the buttons. Thank you, Naz and Diego. Welcome back from Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
And good to see you guys again.
And congrats on your placement in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, you too, my brother.
Just happy I survived.
And you finished. That's it. Across the finish line.
So, all right. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Good night. Cheers.